Welcome back. It's Dark Purple Podcast here with your host, PRPLxFox, back with another episode 7. We have a special guest here this evening. But to start with, unfortunately, Chuck was not able to join us this evening. His laptop broke, had some technical issues, and then had some shipping issues where he was supposed to get his laptop back today, which is kind of why we pushed the podcast so far back, basically like 4 days. We pushed the podcast back to record, and unfortunately we just got to get it out because we were just too excited and amped up to get this episode out for y'all. And so we're going to take it over. We have a special guest tonight coming from GSG, LethalPanda, the famous YouTuber, the man, the myth, the legend, the one that brings you all the Call of Duty content that you could ever think of. Lethal, how are you?
Good, my man. How's it going? It's awesome that you have me on, my man. I know we've been waiting, about like 3 to 4 weeks for this. Like, that's what it's felt like for me. I don't know, man.
Too long, man. What happened was last Monday, man, I was grinding Apex, and I was like, look, Panda, can we just do it on Tuesday? You know, not a big deal. We'll just push it back one day. Like, I was feeling good. I was really, really getting in on, like, I was playing well. I was in the groove. You know what I mean? Like, you ever have those moments where you're just, like, gaming? Yeah.
Yep.
And I was like, let's push it back one day, and then it ended up being like an entire week. We had to push it back because of other delays and other nonsense. But we're here and we're ready to rip. The boys are buzzing. So
let's get it.
So Lethal, tell us a little bit about yourself. You know, what's your plugs? What's your deal, man?
What's my deal? All right. Well, you guys didn't know I'm originally not from the U.S. I don't think many of I was actually born in India, so like I moved here when I was about 10. Yeah, so I didn't grow up here, didn't know English, came here, I was, I think, in 5th grade, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I first got here, my dad got me a PSP, bro. And this is exactly when all this gaming thing started. So the first game I had on that thing, like, came with, I think it was GTA Liberty City. Do you remember that?
TA Liberty City? That's not a GTA, was it?
I don't. Is it a GTA? It was something about Liberty City. I don't remember what it was called. It would have been San Andreas. I don't know. It was either way, but like the PSP, and that got me started in gaming, and I haven't stopped since.
Damn. That goes way back with the PSP. I had a PSP as well, but I was real big into Street 3, the football game. So that's
What's that, Street 3?
Street 3, yeah, Street 3. I played a lot of it with it was like the NFL Street 3, the football game.
Oh yeah, I remember. I think I might have got that on the PlayStation. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, I think I had that on the PlayStation 2. That was my next step up, and then PS3, and then now we're at the PS4.
You're at PS4 now. Let's answer this: are you getting the PS5, an Xbox, whatever X, or a PC?
You see, a lot of people have been telling me you gotta switch to PC because, like, I do all my editing on my laptop. Just didn't know that. Yeah, that's the case. I use my school laptop. Everything I do for editing, so it's super slow. It literally crashes every time I try to go edit a video. I have to make sure I save it like every 2 to 3 minutes. It's gonna freeze. So, like, honestly, I might be going to PC.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, just with the prices of how much one of the consoles are going to cost. I mean, they're going to cost what, $500-$600 probably, maybe even more.
Around 1,000, don't you think?
I would think so. I mean, they're comparing these next gen consoles to being equivalent to what a PC is now. You know, like they are going to be on an even playing field with a PC. A good PC on an even playing field, you know, just an average, it's costing between $1,000 and $1,200 is what I've seen so far for, you know, your middle of the line PC.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, I mean, if the new systems are gonna be like the PCs, I don't know, I might just get a PS5. Like, I mean, maybe they update the editing softwares that already comes in the PlayStation. You guys didn't know it comes with Share Factory. Not really good. Wouldn't recommend using it, but it does come with it. So.
Yeah, so like that's the thing. Like, I mean, personally, like I know, so we'll get into it here, but like you're YouTube and I'm streaming side of things. So like the big benefit that I see it as is it's a pain in the ass to stream off an Xbox. You simply get less quality just because you're streaming off an Xbox. This is all gameplay aside, actually video gaming aside, just to talk about the whole streaming and the setup and the software you get to use. Just to stream off an Xbox is simply going to have less quality than you would directly from a PC. That's pretty common knowledge for someone that's going into streaming. And so personally, if I can stream from a PC, have better gaming quality, first thing. I mean, like I can only go 60 FPS on my Xbox, whereas like what you can go to fucking 300 or something like that on a PC, you know? So like it's pretty exponential. And so even if you can do that on a console, for a streamer like myself, how do you get over that next hurdle then, be able to stream from a console to a computer and then out to the world wide web on whatever streaming platform that you stream to? You know, like unless somehow they integrate like Streamlabs or OBS or a streaming platform, like an external streaming platform, like one of those into an Xbox or a PlayStation of the next gen, which I don't see happening. I don't see myself spending the money on that. I'm going PC. I'm going to the superior race.
I feel you. I feel you in that for sure. For sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would honestly be in their best interest to incorporate that into it. Don't you think? Honestly, if they already had it in, more people would switch to console.
Mm-hmm.
People already use controllers on PC and stuff, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's the big thing is I'll probably stick to controller when I go to PC. I mean, all you need is, for an Xbox remote, it's like a $30 adapter. I'm not sure how it is for PlayStation, but yeah, it's just like a wireless adapter you buy for $30 off eBay or somewhere, and you plug it into your PC and it connects.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be interesting to see if they incorporate something like that, into the Xbox or PlayStation, like into the system itself, but in all reality, I don't think that the system would be able to have it with just the setup that it has. Like, to be able to have your computer set up, your external software, you know, and have chat with you and work with all your audio while on the fly. Like, I mean, as you said, you have a computer that crashes. I have a computer that crashes myself. And so one thing that you learn, you know, going along through the process is like how to fix things on the fly. So like while I'm going live on stream, like I have a ton of issues that happen every single time. It's my internet or my audio. And so like I learned how to like fix those things on the fly, which I don't think you'd be able to do if you're gaming from the console and also streaming from the consoles to have, you know, all the overlays and everything like that. Like obviously you can stream from the console right now just from like the Twitch app, right?
Yep, exactly. Yeah, that's true. I think the overlays and stuff would be in trouble unless they also incorporate that. So overall, it's a better idea to switch to PC. I agree with that. The cost investment is something you gotta really take into consideration.
Yeah, here's an idea maybe. What about adding some kind of software editor like Adobe Premiere Pro, where it's like, okay, so you pay a couple bucks a month to have this editing software where you can take your clips directly from your Xbox that you clip, and you could take them right over to the editing software. And I could see it in a basic form, obviously, probably not to a full extent of all of Adobe Pro or Adobe Premiere, right?
Yep.
But like having some kind of thing that you could use just to like fix your clips up to make them presentable, and then if you need to you know, add any of the extra flashy stuff, then you can just export it from your Xbox already as is and then add all the flashy stuff.
That would honestly be next level. Especially if you're just starting out making content. That'd be a game changer.
I think so too. I mean, like, I know they have like some crude like app or something that you can get on the Xbox at least, that like you can like trim the video and add like pre-custom overlays or something like that, but they're kind of corny. So like I wouldn't be making a YouTube video on it or anything, but you know, they kind of have the start of an idea.
That's honestly a great idea for sure.
Hmm.
Somebody at PS4, Sony, or Microsoft is listening to this. Listen to us, please.
Please, please, please.
You're gonna be making a lot of money off of this for sure.
For sure. So, as we spoke a little bit earlier, we were talking about kind of taking into the YouTube side of things now. My man here is a famous YouTuber. Like, this dude is legit. This dude makes
No, no, no.
this is the most top notch Call of Duty content that I have can see out there. Like, you got like the other guys that are all professionals already doing their thing, big content creators. Like, this guy is on the level. LethalPanda is on the level. He's on the come up. All right. So let's hear a little bit about it. How did you get into, your creating videos and creating content on YouTube?
So we first gotta start with when I got Modern Warfare, right? I got it when
Mhm.
it first came out, when the beta was out, right? I played it like a lot. Like, it literally did not leave my college dorm soon as it came out. Skipped my classes, and I'm like, yo, I'm just gonna binge this thing, right? Terrible, I know, but hey, it is what it is. But I
Mhm.
started playing it. I'm like, I really like this game, because MW3 was like the last Modern Warfare I really got into.
Oh, me
In
too.
exactly right?
Mm-hmm.
People think MW2 is the best one. On a side tangent, I think MW3 is a lot better, but hey,
Oh,
it's
that's a
just
whole different topic. I could fill a whole hour podcast on just that debating.
yeah, that's for sure, that's for sure. But so fast forward, I started the channel in January, start of the spring semester. I was like, "You know what? I see a shortage in class setups. I know a lot of people make them." That's what everyone was telling me when I first started. They're like, "Dude, everybody makes class setup videos." But I'm like, "They don't make it as great as I do, or
Mhm.
they're not real." They give you all the best stuff, but, like, it really doesn't help you, so I was like, "You know what? I feel like I can make something that actually might help people." Like, since I was smaller, I could
Mhm.
actually interact with the community more.
Mhm.
Like, I could give instant feedback on things that are working and that are not. So that's pretty much how I got started. I was like, "You know what? I can definitely do this." I was like, "Everyone else is doing it. Why not me?" Right?
Mhm. That's amazing. So, did you do anything beforehand? So, like you said, you were in college. Are you studying like graphic design or anything? Because I mean, the stuff that you do, like, how did you learn how to work Adobe Premiere Pro, or was
Okay,
it
so
something that you
that's a
studied?
whole different no, no, no. I studied supply chain management at Penn State.
Oh,
Nothing
wow.
related to anything about video
Let's
editing,
go
anything
PSU,
like
man.
hey, let's go.
I'm I'm
I know
I'm,
you yeah.
I'm born and raised from Pittsburgh, man. So, I've been a huge PSU fan.
Okay, that's awesome to hear, man.
Yeah.
Say football team not the best, but that's all good.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I actually did not do any video editing before I started the channel. So I started in January, right?
Uh-huh.
I sat on YouTube like every night from about 9. I got done with class at 9, so I went home 8. So at around 10 PM, like 2 in the morning, I would just watch videos. And this was for about a month straight till like February,
Mhm.
learning all the things about like Premiere Pro, Photoshop, anything about like the algorithm of YouTube. I spent at least 70 plus hours just learning everything I possibly could.
Damn.
And then I started incorporating slow by slow into the videos. And then here we are today with semi decent videos, not top notch yet.
Oh, come on
We're gonna
now.
be getting there, man. We're
Humble
gonna be getting
brag. I
for
think
sure.
the videos are phenomenal. That's crazy that you started in January with YouTube. I started in January. You could see the
Well,
difference in
started in
time that
January.
you've put in compared to me.
I know, dude. That's another thing. I think if there's like a tip you could give,
Hmm.
it's definitely consistency and the amount of time you put in will pay off.
Yeah.
For sure, I put in a lot of hours into this.
Hmm.
I'm happy where I'm at and thankful for everyone that subscribed, followed, whatever it is. Even
Hmm.
if you're disliking it, hey, so be it.
Hmm. So how many hours a day do you think you put into your YouTube? In even in the process of just creating the ideas, so like just sitting down and having the mental awareness of like what you're going to put into a YouTube video, how many hours a day you think you put into creating something?
Um, gameplay alone takes about 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I need to make sure the gameplay is good. Like, I'll get in a couple matches and I'm just getting wrecked left and right, and I'm like, "Well, that's gonna be chalked." Gameplay alone takes 2 hours, and then I sit back and I look at the gameplay, and then I think of the thumbnail as I'm playing. So, like, to make that usually takes around, like, 40 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I've cut that down a lot because 'cause I've got, like, a whole preset going. That's a whole different story, but
Mm-hmm.
Photoshop if you need thumbnails. So, all in all, it takes about 4 to 5 hours every day,
Wow,
uh, the video.
that's a lot.
It is a lot, yeah, for sure.
That's a lot.
There's definitely ways I can cut that down, so I've been trying to do that recently.
Uh-huh.
With quarantine and stuff, I've had a lot of time, so I'm just kinda chilling.
Sure, sure. So like, okay, so let me ask you this. So let's say from start to finish, how long does it take you to put a video together? So like, I mean, obviously, like, so as we discussed before, prior, to meeting each other and all this, I've discussed a few things about trying to make my YouTube channel a little bit better, the videos that I'm putting out as well. And so the one thing that like, obviously I'm seeing right now is the time that I'm putting in. So like my main focus is really my stream, and YouTube's kind of like my secondary thing to help branch out the community and reach new people. And
Okay.
so I put less time into that, of course. And so like I'm spending maybe one day a week for 4 hours on a YouTube video, and not 4 hours a day, it seems. Like, so like could you break down your process of like creating a video a little bit more?
Yeah, so for sure. So usually most of the time if I like say like I'm playing the game, right? So I see a certain class that I'm using.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'll quickly grab a couple of clips and then after that it's just all about on my computer making sure the clips are good. So when you're on Premiere, if you're using an editing software, definitely use Premiere Pro, Sony Vegas, any of those.
Mm-hmm.
Don't use any of the free ones. Sure, they're good when you're starting off. Like if you look at the other creators that are top in your niche,
Mm-hmm.
they have way better videos. So then people have no reason to click on your video.
Mm-hmm.
The quality aspect alone.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely utilize some of those bigger like softwares, I guess. But once I get into Premiere, it usually takes about like an hour or two. I had to clip in between the kills, add a couple of the things I needed. So overall, the process is about like 4 to 5 hours each day
Mm-hmm.
if I'm putting out a video each day, which I'm not doing anymore.
So you were putting out a video each day before.
Yeah, while I was in college when I first started, that
Wow.
was one of the things I was like, I gotta commit to. So for like about a 2-month period, I think it was about 1 month actually. I
Mm-hmm.
uploaded video almost every single day. I might have missed a couple of days here and there because of a test or something, but I
Sure.
tried uploading every day.
Wow. So let me ask you this: if you're going to college, you said for like supply chain,
Yep.
is YouTube like being a content creator? Is this a career that you would like to pursue, in tandem with like your degree that you're studying now, or like what is YouTubing to you? Is it just a hobby, or
See, after doing this for so long, like video editing and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
I thought she had a change of mind and I would love to get like a job related to editing or even take this YouTube thing further if it grows more.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely love editing, especially like making thumbnails. That's probably one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah, your thumbnails are fire, for real, for
Thank
real.
you. No, 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 no way, bro. No.
I think they're dope. I mean, again, I mean, like if I'm scrolling through and I see a thumbnail that like yours, like I'm probably gonna click on it. It's catchy, it's flashy. I like the color scheme that you run too. Like it kind of matches. All your color schemes kind of match each video, so they know. Like if you got someone that's looking through Call of Duty content, all your thumbnails are like red and yellowish, right?
Yep, exactly. See, you nailed it. See, that's
Exactly.
awesome that you could see that because then that means I'm accomplishing what I need to be.
Exactly what I'm saying. So like there's a lot of things that again I'm learning from you, because like I said, I'm trying to take little tips and stuff from that, and I noticed that all your thumbnails are the same color, the same kind of, color theme. So they all kind of, what you're going to get because, this is Panda, this is LethalPanda. This is his video about this. This is LethalPanda about his other video. And so I like this one. So of course I'm probably going to like this next one. So why not click on it again? Like I really dig the thumbnails that you're doing. And obviously if you enjoy it so much, they're working wonders.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the thing. I did supply chain, so I'm a senior now, so this fall I'll be a senior.
Okay.
But video editing I got into and I really enjoy. So if it could become a career, because I would love that too.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. So let's continue with the YouTube. The process we've kind of heard of, kind of your steps that you take to put into a YouTube video, your mindset that you take to creating one of these videos. Do you plan to like branch out onto anything else? So like further into other games, or maybe completely out of the gaming world itself? Because I mean, obviously, video editing's not just for gaming. So there's tons and tons of other, sub-disciplines and topics that you can focus on YouTube specifically for video editing. Is it something that gaming would be it for you and that's what you want to focus on? Or are there other things, that are hobbies to you or interests to you that maybe video editing could be a branch to?
Yeah, I think gaming's mainly my focus. I don't think I just want to be COD related. I know Battlefield's coming out next year.
Oh, I love Battlefield, bro.
Definitely want to get into that.
Mm-hmm.
Hoping they have a lot of weapon customizations or anything I can get into. I want to branch out into other games, but I want to make sure COD's like my main.
Okay.
But besides that, I think video editing I watch a lot of prank videos on YouTube whenever I have free time.
Okay.
Like, editing those would be super cool.
Prank
So that's something
videos.
I thought about.
So I don't know if I'm trying to picture like a prank video in my head. Can you give me like a? Can you give me a describe it?
Yeah, I could describe it. So about those clown sightings that were happening back in, what was it, like 2014 or something?
Yeah, right around Halloween time.
Yeah. So they had this like whole park area like suited up for this clown, right?
Mm-hmm.
This person dressed up as a clown, right? And he was just hiding behind a tree. And then they had like a prop setup which had like a watermelon head, and you'd come out with a freaking hammer, just smash that thing before walking by.
Oh, I see.
After they smashed it, they had like a sound effect go off.
Mm-hmm.
Then in the corner, they had like a cool thing come. I don't remember what it was exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Then they had him like chasing the people, and it was freaking hilarious.
That is pretty
People were
funny.
just falling over, and it was a guy and a girl, and the guy just threw the girl at the clown, and I was like, bro.
Oh my gosh. I'd be scared shitless. I'd be running.
I would be.
Yeah, I'm terrified of like clowns. Like they geek me out, man.
Those clown things are scary.
Yeah.
If I saw that thing in real life, dude, I'd be shitting my pants. No doubt.
For sure. So, I mean, let's move into Call of Duty, and then we can probably come back to the YouTube thing because I still want to pick your brain a little bit more. But being that you're focusing on Call of Duty, and a lot of your videos are classes and attachments that go on guns and blah blah blah. I don't play a whole lot of Call of Duty, especially not multiplayer. I'm not a huge fan. Warzone's alright, but let's hear your thoughts on the new season 3 that just came out. Any changes that occurred, and how this may have changed the content that you were working on for videos.
So it was actually great. So season 3 came out with new guns. They're coming out with the third one tomorrow with the big update. I'll get into that, but before that, they came out with 2 guns. One was the Renetti. It was a pistol. So gave me another gun to make a video on, right? It was like a quick. And then there was another gun, SKS. They came out with, so more classes means more videos I can upload. So that's
Gotcha.
always a great thing. and they added 3 new maps, which I wasn't a big fan of. I don't know, they keep adding these maps, and they're just so campy, dude. I can't stand it.
Really.
Most of the time I'm playing this game, I'm raging. I should start recording those moments, to be honest with you. Might make for great content.
Yeah, funny montages of you raging.
Exactly. As I'm going for kills, I'm getting killed.
Yeah, you only post the thing like any content creator only posts the things that make them look good.
Good, yeah, no, dude. If I could show you how many times I die, it's insane.
Yeah, it's funny because like I post my
So
stuff.
long to get gameplay just because of that reason.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's why I don't know how you do live stream, man. That must be.
I mean,
You gotta be on.
the thing that I like more about live streaming is being live. I like I don't have a lot of time because like my profession is very time consuming, and so outside of like streaming, so like the editing thing doesn't really interest me like it seems to interest you as much. And so like that's the thing, like I like spending my time like live interacting with the community and with people. That's very satisfying to me when it comes to like creating my content, and that's the big thing, is it's all based off what you enjoy. So like I enjoy putting a video out, I enjoy making one, but I get much more satisfaction in meeting a new person on my stream and welcoming that into my community and into whatever that's going on, then kind of like putting a video out on YouTube. And then I know people can comment live like on a premiere, but like after the fact, it's a little hard to hold a conversation like in comments, at least for the videos and comments that I've kind of been involved in so far. Have you had the same issue? Not the same issue, because it's, I guess it wouldn't be an issue for you, but like
yeah, exactly. I know exactly what you mean by like, yeah, people will comment and stuff on there, and you can go on and like, whenever you respond, you don't respond like exactly as soon as they comment, because usually I'm not on my phone, or like I'm doing something else. I might get back to them like an hour or two later. Then they might not get back till like the next day or an hour or two later. So you don't really get the conversation going. You can sure like provide them value like all the time. If you see in my comments, I'm always like, yo, hit me up on Instagram or whatever it is. Like I'm a lot easier to reach on there than I am on YouTube.
Huh, I never really thought of that.
Show comments, dude. Like that's another bad thing about YouTube. My bad, but
yeah, like that's the thing, is like, especially with comments, is I have troubles with trying to get a conversation going, because that's the big thing, is like if someone says a comment, like I try to get back as soon as I can and create some kind of conversation to have others interact. Like that's probably just my like first reaction, because that's how I am with live streaming. Like you see someone new, like you gotta get their attention, or they're gonna leave. And so to get their attention, you either ask them a question or you say something interesting or blah blah blah. And so like I kind of take that approach to the YouTube contents, but you don't have that same effect, I feel, because people, you can ask this question and then someone doesn't like it or whatever, and then they don't respond at all.
Yeah, and then you're just left there. Yeah,
exactly. So they kind of just ghost you.
It's like you're getting ghosted in your own comment section. How does that one?
For real. It really breaks down the self-esteem sometimes.
Yeah, like your ego definitely takes a huge, massive hit. For sure. Mine does.
Yeah.
Every time I see somebody leave a comment, I respond. Sometimes I don't even respond with the question. It's implied it's a question and they don't respond. I'm like, dang, man.
Yeah,
all right,
that hurt.
Like, all
right. So you mentioned just a little bit ago, tomorrow is a big update for Call of Duty. Now I saw a few things. I didn't know it was actually tomorrow, but I saw a few things online earlier today on Twitter about some changes. Do you want to give us a little run through? Do you know what kind of changes they're going to be making? Because there's one that really I think is going to be big.
So they got, I don't know much about if they're changing anything for Warzone per se. I do know about a lot of things about multiplayer. So the first thing is custom gunsmiths. If you guys don't know, in Call of Duty, you can buy like different variants of the guns, right? If I know Purple Fox definitely didn't know that because he doesn't play it as much,
Not
right?
at all.
Not at all. So, like for certain classes, you can get like guns that shoot like blue bullets. Like for the Kilo 141, you can get it to shoot like blue bullets, right? So before this update it was only possible on the Kilo, but now you can transfer that to any gun you like. So, like that's insane right off the bat. So you can do that with all the guns they're coming out with. And then the next thing they got is a new camo. I've been waiting for this for so long because I unlocked the Damascus camo, which is like getting all the guns gold. I've
Oh
been just
wow.
kind of chilling with the camos. Now they got Obsidian. I'm super hyped. People are saying it's gonna be better than Damascus, which I'm gonna be kind of disappointed if that's the case. Like, I put in probably like 40 days into the
So
game by
you
now.
have gold for every gun?
Yeah.
Bro, that's nutty.
I figured if I was gonna make class set of videos, I had to spend time on the game.
That's
But I
fair.
knew what I was bringing to the people.
Yeah. No, I feel you.
So, and then what was another thing? And they're coming out with a new gun. They're coming out with an LMG. So let's go.
Ooh,
Another gun I will get to cover right off the bat. But I'm
nice.
probably gonna be grinding for the Obsidian, so take a bit.
How do you get the obsidian? Have they set the
They haven't said it yet, but like at least I haven't seen anything said about it. But it's like you need gold on the gun, and then there'll probably be like special challenges you have to do in the game. I'm assuming so.
Gotcha. So you were saying that the Kilo has it will shoot like blue tracer?
Yeah, yeah. It has like blue bullets. Like it's one of the only guns that only gun that shoots blue.
Does that carry over to like Warzone? So say you get like a drop and you have it set.
Yep, exactly. Yep.
It'll carry over?
Yeah.
Oh
Shoots
wow.
blue and broken too. It's super dope.
Okay, so that might have been, bro. So the other day I was geeking out. This might have been like 2 weeks ago, maybe. I was playing Warzone randomly with a couple of my buddies, and I picked up something. Is there another gun that has it? Because there was one gun that was shooting green bullets.
Green bullets. That's the Ram 7. Yep.
Okay, I was losing my mind, dude. I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is shooting green bullets, bro!"
Yeah, so I think that's super cool that you can have that on any gun now.
Mm-hmm.
There's another one that shoots pink. It's the P90 and the M4A1.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, so I'm super excited for that, dude.
That's awesome. So are they adding? Okay, so are they gonna add a specific color to a specific gun, or is it gonna be able to? You can rotate the color tracer on whatever gun you want.
I think it's gonna be you can like put it on any gun you want per se,
Okay.
right? Like if you want blue bullets on like the MP7,
Mhm.
there you go, or the pink, green, whatever it is. I think those are
Ooh,
the only 3 that I've seen so far.
that's gonna be sweet. That's gonna be sweet. I think a red tracer round would be dope.
Oh, I think some gun has the red. I don't know which. I know I didn't buy that one. I think one gun does. I have to
Okay.
look for it.
Huh. Interesting. That's pretty cool. So there was one update that actually I was, damn, what was it? Because I saw it earlier on Twitter here. Let me try to see if I can pull it up real quick. I know I retweeted it. If my phone would work, my Wi-Fi is being trash.
What's it about? Warzone?
Yeah, it was about Warzone.
Is it about the hackers playlist?
Oh no! It's a new contract. So it's called a Most Wanted, where you activate it.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. Yep.
Yeah, you activate it, and your team becomes the bounty target for everyone that's still in the game. And if you survive the contract time, the contract gives you an automatic redeployment of one of your fallen teammates.
It was any of your fallen teammates. All of them redeploy.
Oh, it's all of them.
All of them. Yep. So if you're the only one and you survive that, all of them redeploy.
Dude, that's like
That's
dodgeball.
insane.
Like, you ever played dodgeball like in like elementary school, middle school, or even high school?
We played like cheeseball dodgeball. Have you ever played that?
Which one was it?
It's like cheeseball, but it's dodgeball, but you can get your teammates out if you hit that little cheeseball into the hoop.
No, okay, so that's what I was kind of going at. We used to play it as if you throw the ball into the basketball hoop. So like you have like the basketball hoops up on each side, and you can't cross like half court during dodgeball.
Yeah, that's exactly what we played, dude. I love that.
Yeah, and then if you got it in, your whole teammate was called. I think we called it jailbreak.
Oh, okay. We call it cheeseball.
Okay,
that's the difference.
That's what it's like. That's actually pretty cool concept.
Yeah.
I thought that was really interesting to see, and I thought it was only going to be one. And so my question was going to be, well, how do you pick which one? Like, does something come up on your screen or whatnot? But if it brings them all back, dude, that's even cooler.
It's gonna be such an ego boost, dude. Like, I'm gonna be running that all the time. If I see that, I'm activating it instantly.
Oh yeah, dude, that's a huge ego boost. I'd be getting hype after it, dude. You get it? Just start.
Make for great content for sure.
Oh, great content.
I totally forgot about that though. Yeah, I forgot they added that.
So so you do a lot of your videos on guns for multiplayer, right?
Yeah.
I know, so I saw you have one video on the Gulag. Like, I'm trying to get through all your videos. Like, you have a ton in there. So I'm trying to get through all of your content slowly but surely. But do you have more or videos coming in the future, more related to Warzone as well?
Actually, I make a lot of Warzone content on my TikTok.
Oh, okay.
On my TikTok is straight up Warzone class setups. I find it a lot easier to just post quicker clips on there because they're usually about 20 seconds where I just talk over the clip. So,
are those the ones you put on Instagram?
Yeah, yep, exactly.
Gotcha.
That's exactly what I do.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I see the ones on Instagram. I don't have TikTok. I thought about it, but I think I'm a little too old for TikTok.
You gotta get on that. No, bro.
Really?
You gotta get on that.
Right
now.
I see, like, I'm sorry, go ahead.
As you're talking to me, you're gonna be making a TikTok.
Really?
Yeah, dude, trust me. The growth on there is so simple.
Really?
You can get a lot of growth quickly, yes.
How so? Like, so how does TikTok work? I've literally never used it.
So you can make literally you can make 10-second to like a minute clip of anything. Like, pick your best highlights from Apex, whatever you're doing in your everyday life, or like you just going live for a stream, just put it on. Like, instantly, it'll get views. It's just how TikTok works. You'll get views.
So it has good discoverability on TikTok.
Yeah.
Interesting.
The organic reach on that thing is unmatched right now.
Really?
It's kind of slowed down a little bit, but still really good, to be honest, compared to anything else you're gonna get.
That's interesting. That's good to know. I might have to maybe you talked me into it.
Oh, dude, I'm definitely gonna talk you into it.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, so when it comes to creating like your TikTok videos, for instance, how do you go about that? Is it just, this is something interesting and so this is it, or like how do you go about creating your TikTok content?
All my TikTok content is related to Warzone, so whenever I'm playing Warzone, I'm utilizing the classes that I'm giving tips on, like certain class setups that do the best. So usually I just record the class setup, like 20-second clip on like that gunsmith screen, that black screen, and then I edit it out in Premiere Pro, upload it to my phone quickly, and then just post it out on TikTok.
Gotcha. Yeah, you got some pretty sweet videos I've seen. Like, obviously I see them on Instagram. They're pretty sweet. So, talking, obviously we got TikTok. I guess look for me on TikTok here soon. My man's here talked me into it.
No, exactly. PRPLx will be on TikTok.
I will be on TikTok. I'll get the
weekend for sure.
No doubt. Yeah, for sure. So is there anything else with Call of Duty that we haven't touched on yet? I'm trying to think. With this update coming tomorrow, like I said, I didn't see a whole lot. The only thing that I really saw was the redeployment in the new contract.
I actually have a question for you.
Sure.
I know you play a lot of Apex, right?
Yeah.
What's the skill-based matchmaking in Apex, my man?
So the skill-based, I mean, they have the ranking, the ranked play. Pardon me, they have the ranked play, which they have different tiers. So you got, I think the first one's bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, masters, and predator. And so that's really where the skill-based matchmaking is. When it comes to public matches, man, like that's the thing is my buddy and I he's diamond now and I'm borderline getting to diamond. I'm like right at the end of platinum. And so that's a pretty higher skill level for most players. Most players tend to be in this silver, gold, and kind of like early plat range.
Yep.
And so when it comes to going into a pub match, there is no skill matchmaking. I can get into games that are I'm not sure if you know that like how the Predator works. It's based off of basically the top 500 players in the world on each system are considered predators on that system. And so I could get matched up in games in a pub match being a bronze player, someone that's basically has no experience in the game. I could get into a game with predators because there's no that matchmaking skill in the public matches. So like when I go into a lot of public matches, there's relatively lower skill gap. If you look at most of my videos are probably going to be in a pub match because I'm able to get higher kill gains. I'm able to look better, you know? Whereas, like you just have that larger skill gap, in the pub matches than in the ranked, where ranked play. So say I'm a diamond player, I can't play with anyone that's lower than a platinum in my squad of 3, which means my lobbies are gonna be all platinums and diamond players. Whereas like if I'm a platinum player, I got someone I can't play with anyone lower than gold. So that means my lobbies are gonna be the lowest people I'm gonna play with are people in gold. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that's why I was going with this because skill-based matchmaking is rampant on COD, dude. It's absolutely insane.
Really?
Yeah, it's insane. I made many videos on it because I freaking hate skill-based matchmaking. So
Mm-hmm.
I figured out ways you can exploit it. So like if you do bad for a certain amount of games,
Mm-hmm.
this works in Warzone too.
Uh-huh.
If you have like a terrible KD on Warzone, and then like then your KD's below like a 0.50, and if you like go into a game next time,
Mm-hmm.
literally play kids that are just so bad, you actually get a win. Or else I can't get a
Really?
win. My KD's at like a 1.5 something, and I
Mm-hmm.
straight up play sweats every time. Insane.
So I knew they did skill matchmaking for multiplayer. I didn't know that about Warzone.
Yeah, no, they lied to us. Said it would be in Warzone.
Mm-hmm.
It is in Warzone.
So how do you know it's in Warzone though? Like, what kind of? I'm not being skeptical of you, but like, what kind of proof have you found that led you to believe this?
So to get proof for the skill-based matchmaking in Warzone, as you know, I have a dummy account in my main account. So I first went on my main account, which has a KD 1.2 in Warzone. I went into 10 games.
Mm,
Then I took note of all the people. So I was recording the gameplay the whole time of all the 10 matches.
mm.
Then on the left-hand side, when you kill people, it gives you like their stats and stuff, or it shows who killed you.
Yeah, in the
Like who
kill feed.
exactly. So
Mm-hmm.
after the gameplay was over, all the 10 games, I sat down for like a couple of hours, looked up everyone's name and like the whole KD list on like a histogram type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then after I averaged it all out, and the average I got was stunning. It was 1.08 is the average KD on my main account that I was playing with,
Uh-huh.
which is above average. Like average is about 1, so they're above average players that I was playing, right?
Sure.
When I went onto my dummy account, which has a KD of 0.5, did the same thing, 10 matches, recorded it, and then I found that their KD of everyone I was playing was a point 0.7.
A
Point 0.7.
point
Point 0.7.
seven.
So they were a walking bot pretty much.
Wow. And so you did this for 10 games, and you did like differentiated between the two on each account.
Exactly.
Wow. That's crazy. Now, I want to play a little bit of devil's advocate here, in the sense that like you were saying that you don't like the skill match or matchmaking. Now this is kind of different because of being Apex, that it has it in the rank system and that it doesn't have it in the pubs. So I mean, like playing ranked, like I couldn't imagine playing people in a pub match. Like when it comes to playing in a pub match, if you give me 10 games, I'm probably gonna win 3 of them. I could be pretty confident I'm gonna win 3 out of 10 with my buddy that we play, just because of our skill. I'm pretty confident in that matter. But like when it comes to playing in ranked, if I play ranked all night and I play 10 games, I'm maybe lucky to get 1. We'll finish top 5, top 10s multiple times, but lucky to maybe get 1, just because they're playing such a higher skill level of player.
Exactly.
Everyone's kind of on that even playing field, and it's competitive. I'm a very competitive person, so when it comes to that, like, I want to be the best, so I want to play the best. And so it's frustrating in a sense that, I mean, I'm not the best at Apex, so I get ran over by a squad of predators that are top 500 in the world on Xbox, and it's frustrating. And then I just go into a pub match and I steamroll over people doing the same exact thing that they did to me to another person that's just a lower skill player than me, and that's it's kind of sad. It's satisfying, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not gonna try to beat around the bush. Like, it's satisfying.
It's an ego boost for sure.
Oh, yeah. For sure. I mean, like, that's the thing. Like, I personally I do like a little warm up in training to get my aim and my hands loose, to focus on my aim. I practice things. You have to practice video games to get better. I mean, people don't really think about that, but
like anything else, man.
Yeah, I mean, like, to get your aim better, you have to practice it. And so, like, I'll practice a little bit, and then I'll run pub matches, because basically it's an ego boost. Get a high kill games, you get a win, or like you get a couple good games and you may not get a win, but you got high kills. Like, it's an ego boost, and you go into ranked, and then you just kind of have that good flow to go with.
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. That's why I think skill-based matchmaking should not be in any, like, especially in like Warzone or something really big, or even multiplayer. I think they kind of ruin the game. Many people complained about it. If you just look it up online, skill-based matchmaking, you'll see people just hating on the game.
Yeah.
Solely for that fact. Because, like, if you start doing well, like, in my main account, I had a KD of 1.2, right? Multiplayer, and it just got to a point where I just was not having fun playing the game. Just could not. Every game I would run into campers, people that are just running the MP5 and the M4, and that was it.
I mean, I can kind of see it. Now, again, I'm not real big into multiplayer, so this is kind of like maybe an unpopular opinion, but this is also someone that doesn't play it so often, like, so it really doesn't affect me as much. I kind of can see a point, though, in multiplayer to be a skill-based, and the reason why I do say that is, again, because, like, you got people that have a 1.5 KD like you, like, you're cracked, right? I would be kind of salty. I would be kind of salty going against you in Call of Duty, because, I mean, you're gonna steamroll me.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like, I get what you're saying, but I also see the other side in multiplayer. But I think in Warzone it shouldn't be there. I don't think there's a large enough skill gap. If you're playing on a console, there's like if you're playing on PS4 versus an Xbox player, okay, maybe PC has a little bit of an advantage. I don't know in Call of Duty, but
I think people kind of undermine that one. Sure, we'll talk about how aim assist is so good, but like, all the hackers are on PC, man.
Yeah, I mean,
with PC and they have no recoil on their gun. I don't know how that's possible.
Because they're able to use such fine movement. I mean, I've literally done I'll take this argument to the day I die, that you have better aim with a mouse on PC than an Xbox remote.
Yes,
and the reason why, that my big argument to a person that says, well, we don't have aim assist, and the guy on the Xbox remote aims better than me than I do on a mouse, that's because you suck using a mouse. That's my look. It's simple as that. It's not that it's easy to use a mouse to aim, but you're able to aim so much more precisely if you practice it and get good with a mouse. If you suck, it doesn't matter. It's not even a comparison. But if you look at any player, professional player on a PC using a mouse and keyboard versus any player that's gonna professional player that's using an Xbox remote or PlayStation remote, that person with the mouse and keyboard is going to have better aim and, pardon me, precision than any person on a remote control. You know what I mean?
No, that's 100% true.
Yeah, I just don't get the whole aim assist like argument because we wouldn't even be able to aim.
Straight up, there's just so much proof.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane that they even argue.
Yeah, that's why, like I said, my defense is you suck at using a mouse.
I like that defense. You're just bad at the game. You're a potato.
Yeah.
Pick up the Xbox controller and stop complaining.
Exactly. Well, that's my point. Like, if you, again, I guess it's like, I don't know. You're also trying to, if you take the professionals, like you take the best of the best on each, and separate a skill gap of one person sucking and one person not. You know, like that's why I think it's like a mouse is always going to be better. I mean, have you ever played Rainbow Six Siege?
I actually have not. I did watch somebody play it, but
I'm a huge fan of Rainbow Six Siege. I started playing like last August, so I started playing like the game real late. Unfortunately, the game is phenomenal. I highly recommend it. But the one big thing with Rainbow Six Siege is there is no aim assist, even for a controller.
Really?
Yes, they don't have aim assist in the game.
Screwed,
and the difference with playing that game versus any other game with aiming is that the aim assist isn't there, and you can tell enormously the difference. Like you simply cannot compete with a person on a professional level. Let me reframe this: at a professional level for esports with Rainbow Six Siege, because it's so large. You simply cannot compete with a person on a PC with a mouse and keyboard on an Xbox remote or on a PlayStation remote playing the game. You simply cannot. I mean, it just, I wish if you play the game, you'd be able to visualize it more, because like I'm visualizing it in my head right now, and those that are listening that played Rainbow Six Siege will know exactly what I'm talking about. But the aim assist, like it is so difficult to aim on that game if you don't play the game all the time. So like you can't play another game and then play that game and like still be good at it, you know.
Yeah,
the game's relentless, but that's again a whole different story. It just like I tried playing it the other day to get away from Apex a little bit. We played in a tournament and didn't really play well in a tournament, and so I went and played Siege. I went to relax and play Siege and got absolute shit on because my aim was trash.
You're like, you know what? I'm gonna go have some fun. It's like, oh, never mind. Back to Apex.
Never mind.
The pub matches where I can get some W's.
Yeah, exactly. So, we're coming up towards the end here of the time for the podcast, but I want to talk a little bit about quarantine, the COVID-19 pandemic, and how it's affected your life in general, and then also you as a content creator, because you said you have more time, so you're able to maybe make more content. How has it affected you?
So for starters, classes got sent online, so for me speaking, I've loved it. I've been a big fan of classes online. It requires a lot less time, right? And you can cheat, right? Like it's simple. You can have another browser looking up the answers, because these teachers are not making up their own tests.
No.
Everything's on paper, man.
I saw a video on Instagram. The other day of some girl like sitting in her bed with her head down, and her dad's got like this piece of paper and waving at her, and he goes, "How did you get a D on your on your paper or blah blah blah? You can cheat."
Yeah, I saw that on TikTok. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's funny.
Like, you can cheat. She's like, so?
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
No, yeah, that has been a good thing. And then also with being back home, I guess I don't have that much more responsibilities. My parents are cool, so I just kind of chill at home most of the days, which is nice. So I have a lot of time to make content. to just talk to people in the community of COD.
Hmm.
It's actually helped me grow a lot, which has honestly been big.
Well, that's good to hear. I mean, so do your parents know you as a YouTuber? Like you're making videos? Like, what's
Oh
your
no,
parents' view?
they have no clue.
No clue.
No clue. Nope.
That's
Nope.
funny.
Yeah. That's
Uh,
something I'll do if I start making money. You feel?
oh, sure.
Yeah, so they have no idea I make it.
That's fun. That's always funny. So you're taking your online classes. It's giving you more time to free up and make this content. Have you just been playing more in general? I mean, outside of just it's I like to play sometimes off and not stream, so I'm just focused on the game itself and actually just just play because you enjoy
Uh,
it. You know.
I feel you. Actually, I haven't really got on to play. Like the last few days, I've had work and stuff. The
Mm,
last few days, I haven't got on at all. Been
gotcha.
mostly
Gotcha.
just editing the videos I've recorded and just again on Instagram talking to people.
Mm,
That's
gotcha.
another big tip if anyone needs one. If you want to grow, you got to talk to people. Find your community. Go
Got
talk
to.
to people.
It's huge. It's huge. Like I mean, the going on that tip, the one thing that someone described it to me. I can't remember. I was listening to a podcast because I listen to a lot of podcasts, and one was about how to grow an audience and stuff like that. Is social media is called social media to be social on with others. Like that's the actual point of
Exactly.
it, not just to you know retweet memes the whole time. Like to actually interact and talk to people is kind of the point of being on social media.
Yeah. No, no, no. I 100% agree.
Mhm. Yeah, I agree 100%. That's a great tip to pass along is to, get immersed um with a community with people that are like you. Maybe like I like to immerse myself with people that are creating content that's similar to mine. That are people who have the same kind of aspirations and on the up and coming, building. I mean, you're on the other end of things. You're already there, man. You got the YouTube video shit. You
No, no,
got
no,
it.
brother. I'm just starting.
uh,
If I was ever doing Twitch, you'd be the guy.
Yeah. Hey,
I know
I'm all to
nothing
help,
about
man.
streaming.
All to
Yeah, that's
help. So, one last question. I actually just thought of it now. So, you don't stream at all, right?
no,
What's that? I'm sorry, you cut out?
yeah, no, I don't stream.
Okay, so do you use like an Elgato card or anything to capture or record? Like,
No,
how do you record your video games?
okay. So I have a Elgato HD60S.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone's looking to capture gameplay, or even if you're trying to stream, I highly recommend getting an Elgato, especially if you're on console. It's almost
You have to
needed.
have one.
Yeah,
I've
you're
tried
not
every
gonna get
way. Yeah.
exactly. Exactly. So I usually have that running, right? And then it connects to my laptop, which I kind of hate it sometimes. When I use my laptop for something else while I'm playing,
Mm-hmm.
I can't because the Elgato runs into the laptop and it records.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another thing. That's why I might want to switch to PC too. That's a
Yeah.
hassle. I got a lot of cords back there by the PlayStation.
Dude, my setup is like there's cords running everywhere, dude.
I bet it's actually worse if you're live streaming, right?
Yeah, actually, it
You gotta make sure
probably
your audio's on point, everything's on point.
like yeah. I mean, like yeah, definitely have more cords. I mean, like I have 4 USB ports on my computer. I use 3 of them for equipment, and then one of them is attached to like a multi USB, which has 4 USBs on that. So I have a total of 7 USBs, and I use all the USB ports for my
Mm.
stream. Like I have my mic, like my mouse, my keyboard, my ring light. Trying to think like other things like uh, it's just a lot of it that at least
No, I
for
feel
a YouTube video, like you don't use a webcam in your videos, whereas I mean others do.
yeah, that's actually something a lot of people have recommended, but
Adding
right
like a
now I'm
webcam.
like, I don't really feel like buying a webcam at the moment, so I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll push it off
You
till
can get like so you can get a pretty cheap one, but I know for like YouTube it's different because you need like pretty top. Not like a webcam's not going to be what you want for a YouTube video. You're going to want like a DSLR camera, but those come with like a whole other problem because one, they're expensive. Two, you have to get like its own capture card, is what I've heard.
Oh my god, no.
Yeah, because I mean, as you said before, it's really hard to compete with someone that's not, you know, to put out something of less quality to a person that has such high quality all around. I mean, the camera's a part of it too.
That's another thing. I think if you're trying to grow, like save up your money, invest in a capture card.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, it's huge.
Yeah.
Night and day, really.
Oh.
If you just look at my older videos, you'll see it.
Yeah, I mean, I had to get a capture card. I tried every which way to avoid getting a capture card when I started streaming to get a setup, and I have never found a way around getting any kind of decent quality at all without having a capture card.
I think they've just made it that way.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's just so hard for that. I mean, the Xbox isn't meant to process. Like, that's what we were talking about when we first started the podcast. Like, you know, an Xbox One is not meant to stream. Like, it's meant to play video games and do that. So, like, to incorporate something that allows it to stream efficiently would be awesome. But then again, like, how complex is it actually going to be for people that, you know, I have overlays and shit already? Is it going to be like that, or am I going to have to go back to just streaming just the gameplay and that's it, you know?
Oh, that's true. Yep.
So
and then you have to edit it after.
It comes in conversation comes in full circle.
Sure it does.
So with that being said, Lethal, where can we find you? What are your plugs, man? How can we get in contact with you to continue this conversation after the podcast?
All right, so on YouTube, it's just LethalPanda, but then on Instagram and TikTok, where I'm usually on a lot and I post quite often, it's LethalPanda1. Somebody took LethalPanda, I had to put a 1 by it, so
damn them.
Get that back, though. We'll get that back.
Yeah.
When we hit like 100K, we'll get that back. Don't worry, guys.
Soon. That's awesome. Yeah. So Lethal, I want to say thank you for coming on. It's been a pleasure talking with you tonight. It's been very educational, actually, on, again, all around about the YouTube approach, how a person of your stature on YouTube goes into creating their videos and just being so, you know, putting out great content that I will recommend to anyone. So thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Oh, no. Thank you for having me on, man. It's been a pleasure.
It has.
I'm talking to you for more. That's for sure.
Of course. And I want to thank everyone for listening. This is the Dark Purple Podcast. You can find us. I'm sure if you're listening to it now, you know where to find us, but you can find us on any podcast platform, Apple Podcast, Spotify for free, FREE for free. That's awesome. So this is your host, PRPLxFox here. Next week, we will be recording another podcast, episode 8. We have another guest, but with a little bit of a different twist. It's one of my buddies from back home. He is a movie buff, and we'll get deep into movies, the scene that's going on with movies, something that's a little different than the whole gaming world. So hopefully you guys will enjoy that and tune in then for the next episode. Thank you for listening.